guys, Sophia here from My Great Challenge. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, guess what? It's Sunday for me. I am going to spruce up the bathroom. My bathroom. You remember I said that I needed to take down the shelves. I have a toilet roll paper holder thing that broke a year ago and needs to get fixed. So a little bit of organization, a little bit of, you know, kind of like DIY and sprucing things up. Why am I doing this now? Because I feel that this has been put on the back burner for so long and I don't want to get involved into something else right now while I still have this to be done. You know what I mean? Because that's what I do all the time. I start a project, I don't finish it, or I've got 2 videos left on it and I don't finish them. I don't show you the before, I don't show you the after result. You see that like way down the road. Oh, by the way, yeah, I finished that. But you know, I need to just like stay focused. So I'm here today. I bought some things at Marshall's. I'm going to share that with you and I'm going to tell you where I'm going with it. And then I'm going to take down the shelves and fix the toilet paper thing and patch and paint and, you know, the usual. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so let me show you here on the side. Okay, you can see it, right? The toilet thing. Okay, this thing's been broken for months, guys. Months. And you know, I have a husband who sits on the toilet every day and he sees it's broken, right? Nothing happened. The problem is the sheetrock is, we didn't have this bathroom built. It was done before we moved in and it's very, very thin sheetrock and there's barely any screws that stays. So I tell you what, the whole thing's gotta go. I'm gonna take it down altogether. And I have purchased this instead at Marshall's for $12.99. It's one of these things. You've seen them before. So I picked the one that has a design that's kind of like what I have here. You know, the crisscross I did. And then you actually put your, that should be my thumbnail. You put the toilet paper right here. The roll you're using, and then you put the rest right here. So that's gonna free up space in the cupboard, you know, and that's gonna free up space on the wall. I'm gonna be able to patch the wall. It's gonna look much better, I think, and it's practical. Plus you get to see it when it's empty, right? Because before, well, it doesn't matter because even if it's empty, nobody's going to do anything about it in this house. Oh, there you go. So the second thing I purchased was only $9.99, right? Was it the price? Okay. It was this thing right here. I got one of those acrylic organizer, I guess. But I liked it because it's like a half moon. So you can actually put it straight on the wall. A lot of those, they either square and they take a lot of room. Very expensive, or they trolleys and they round, right? So but when they round they take more room and I don't have much shelving over there. So what I was thinking about doing with this is that you see how, if you remember, I have all my makeup in that 3 drawer and I have all my brushes and everything. I was thinking about actually putting most of that in storage and only keeping in here for the daily basis stuff, the stuff that I use no matter what. Okay, so I brought in an example here to show you what's on my mind. You know, like my current moisturizer, my current powder, my current blush, okay, and maybe the brushes I'm using right now, my current lipstick, maybe, you know, you get the idea, right? So it's like the least I need to use in the morning to get out the door, and then everything else goes into the cabinet here for storage so I can get it when I need it, when I want to feel fancy and do some other things. But the basic stuff that would be daily stuff would be in here. That's the idea I have in mind. I want the bathroom to be streamlined and simplified. I'm really, if I get a chance, I'll show you the first floor right now because I have streamlined that first floor. Like it's the least amount of stuff I've ever had downstairs. And it's looking really good, and I'm maintaining it, and I feel really good about it. So, hey, I mean, you guys, I'm not going to be minimalist or anything, but I know that for some of you, you've been very frustrated at the length of time it's taken for me to get to this level. And listen, some of us are very, you know, fast in making decisions about stuff like that, and they can make changes overnight. Me, it might take 6 years, okay? But I'm getting there, all right? So let's get the screwdriver, start moving things around, take down the shelves, see what it looks like without them, and then start sprucing things up. Okay, you guys ready? I'm gonna start with this thing here. All right, so the issue with this was that this is, like, you can feel it. It's so soft right here. This thing just never really caught. And even though I used sheetrock, what do you call them, screws, which broke. How about that? So now I'm gonna have like big holes, but yeah, so this thing here, it just didn't work out. This you see, I used the right butterfly type screws, and it just didn't catch on to it, and this always stayed soft. So we're gonna patch this. I don't know if I can make it disappear, because I did create big holes, you know what I mean? Let me try to get this thing here. I mean, it was nice to have it where we had it, you know, but it broke fairly soon. And it's weird because the one that I used the regular screws stayed in, and the one that I used the butterfly screws didn't. So, you never know. Sometimes you do everything right and it's still not working. And this definitely did not work. Alright. Dry decks, spackling, dry time indicator. Okay, if it's pink, it's wet. If it's white, it's dry. I may not even be able to paint today, because let's see. I'm gonna do things right for once. What's the curing time on this? Oh, ready to be sanded and painted in 1 to 5 hours. Well, it's already 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I don't think it's gonna happen. Okay, so I'm gonna start by putting a whole bunch in here. We're just gonna saturate that hole. And what I may have to do is actually make a bigger patch. I have a feeling that this is a hole that's so big I should actually put a mesh in front of it, but there's a tidbit I've learned over the years. You know, sometimes we put the spackle and we want to have it perfect while it's still wet. Don't do that, because you keep on moving it and that's when it bubbles. Do the best job you can. The flat will come when you sand. So don't spend too much fussing around it, you know what I mean? Okay, so this is done. Doesn't take much, right? How long did it take? Literally, because I didn't edit this. How long did it take? 5 minutes? I literally like procrastinated over a year for this. Over a year. So this is done. We're gonna patch it. It's patched. I'm gonna sand it later on and then paint. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm gonna use this instead. And this is stainless steel. It's got kind of like the same pattern. It's okay. The only thing is that it doesn't have a stopper here, so the paper tends to, you know, unravel itself, but okay, all right. Not a big deal. Let's move on to the other side. So now I gotta make a decision. Do I want to remove all 6 shelves, or do I want to remove just this set here and keep the one in the back? I don't know. Let's start by moving the one on this side. You know what I'd like to do too? I'd like to take one of these. Let me turn this a little bit. and put it right here to finish off, you know. I mean, obviously what I need is a new counter, okay? But I am not doing that. Eventually there will be a brand new vanity here with a stone top, and it's gonna be 2 sinks with plenty of storage space. But it's like on the back burner, right? It's really not a priority for me, so I'll get by with what I got available. So I'm gonna try to remove, these goes on the other side. I'm gonna try to move one shelf here and see what happens, because I could gain some space there. So I'm almost done with this. This was not bad. Gold Radiance, a Gold Bond Radiance Renewal with coconut oil and cocoa butter and African shea butter. The problem with it is that it's super thick. Really, really thick. Okay, that's my shower cap. That's the stove I'm using right now. I gotta do a whatchamacallit, review on it, and then something else I gotta review. Okay, so let's remove this shelf and see how it fits on the other side. So let me do this. I'll be right back. Look at the mess I created. Because I painted them, it's ripped the part here of the sheetrock. Yeah, I mean I can patch it, but wow, this is really cheap sheetrock. Okay, it's really like, you can see the old paint, the old color that was a beige, and then that's the sheetrock, and that's what's behind it. So you see how this is hollow? It's the attic behind it. I mean, all of this was just an attic, you know, and they kind of like compartmentalized it to make it a bathroom, and I'm not sure when they did that, somewhere around 1980, I think. That's just based on the color of the carpet and the wallpaper they had in there. But this is going to be a lot of work to fix. I got to sand it, and then I got to do the stuff. All right, anyway, I got to remove these. Let me finish the shelves first, and then I'll do everything at once. Well, it's too bad I didn't film that, because it just crashed and landed butt first on the platform. The stool, the piano stool, my antique piano stool just broke. As I sat on it, and I just went crash. Anyway, so I made a really, really big mess here. Now, what I'm doing is using the box cutter, and I'm cutting out the anchors. Be careful with box cutters, right? They're not like tools that you can goof off with, that you really can slice this up really badly. So I'm cutting them so that they are grooved in, so that way when I put the paste over them, they disappear. Now, I have some areas here, you can see that really, really got damaged. So the spackle is really not meant for that. It's meant for just little holes, and it's not meant for gigantic areas like this. So I'm thinking about it and what I could do. You know what? The easiest lazy option would be, instead of trying to spackle this whole thing and trying to bring it to flat, I could just put wainscoting. You know, wainscot the whole thing. But I don't think I'm going to do that, because this bathroom doesn't have very good ventilation. And wainscoting, to me, in this bathroom, though it would look great, it would also be a definitive moisture trap, because there's always going to be a little bit of space between the wainscoting and the wall, and you know, moisture is going to stuck in there, and I'll end up with black mold. So now I'm going to sweat it, and I am going to fix and patch all the holes. I have to definitely sand before I even consider putting any patch here. And then whatever, you know, is still kind of poking out. These are holes from the last time. That's basically what I gotta do. Is it gonna be a perfect job? No. Maybe I'll wallpaper it. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not putting wainscoting because I'm really concerned about the moisture. I mean, eventually, again, this bathroom is going to be entirely redone. We'll have the tub taken out. We'll have a shower, a seamless, is that what they call it? Shower installed instead, because we really, I don't take baths. Scott doesn't take baths. We don't need a bathtub in here, but we definitely need a better shower. Oh man, you see how it's peeling? You see the blue here? You can't tell. Well, maybe a little bit. You see the blue? That's the original color of the bathroom. And I put this sand beige color on it. So that was the previous owner's color. So there's a lot of stuff here I need to take out. This is all peeling. I see like some grooves, and I'm just gonna poke them out. I'll fill in the cracks. Okay, so let me do that. All right, and then once that's done, can you see what I'm doing? I'll sand it down to almost smooth. You can't smooth it out, okay, because there's a lot of different layers. But once I have the spackle on it, I'll be able to, you know, make it one layer. It's a lot of work. I created this mess. I gotta fix it. Alright? Bad idea to put shelves. Like I needed shelves. Really, I didn't. It was just an excuse to put more crap on them, and I'm not about that anymore. So, man, this is really killing off. Okay, I'll be right back. Well, I thought this was gonna be a half a day project. Guess what? It's gonna turn into several weeks because it was a big mess. This is what I'm gonna do. I am filling up. All right. Even though this is not the right way to do it, because the putty is really for small patching. I said that before, but I am filling up, and I'm gonna let it dry for a long time, like probably a week. At which point, I'm gonna see if I can sand it, and we'll see what it looks like. If it's not looking too good, which I suspect it won't, well, at least I'll have it, stop playing with the putty. At least I'll have it patched, and I'll have a semi-straight, smooth surface. Then what I'll do is that I'll go get some of that paintable wallpaper. Back in the days they used to call it Sanitex, I think. And it's not bad looking. It looks like, sometimes they have it looking like tiles, but generally it's white because it's paintable. And I'll just put that on, which I'm leaning towards wanting to do anyway, because it's an ugly wall, you know. It wasn't really well done to begin with. My putting shelves, taking down shelves and putting back shelves, if you remember, did nothing to help the wall. But anyway, patching this, we'll see what it looks like if I sand it down really, really well. Once it's dry, stop playing with the putty. And if it doesn't work, I'll just wallpaper. Maybe I'll get a nice wallpaper with a design, you never know. I have to see what they have. I don't want to buy it online. I want to feel it and touch it. Okay. Alright, I'll be right back. Then I have to install the shelves on the other side. So sometimes we start project with nothing but good intentions. Especially me. There's always some grandiose scheme or plan going on. Okay, so all of this has been patched, and I tell you what the problem is. In some areas where it's really, really large of a gap, the paper that's underneath it is waving, or I don't know how to describe it, underneath the moisture from the spackle. So I'm gonna let the whole thing dry, and we're gonna see if I sand it what it looks like. I may have to apply another coat, but I'm really leaning towards wallpaper. And first of all, I love wallpaper, and so does Scott, and that's what they had originally in this. And I don't think it would look too bad actually if I was doing like half of the bathroom with a maybe like a white washed brick wallpaper pattern. That could be neat. So I'm not gonna put a shelf over here. First of all, the shelves that I have are not gonna fit, and if I'm gonna put wallpaper, obviously the wallpaper is gonna go all the way to the back, so the shelf is gonna have to come out. So I'm not gonna put it. But what I'm gonna try to do is two folds. Let me move this so you can see what I'm doing. What I may do is, right now I have my trash can, and it's I may try to find one of those things on wheels. You know, they sell them at the store usually for laundry room. They're like carts. You put them in between the washers, right, and the dryer. I think I have enough room. I gotta measure, because that would be a solution. That's what I'm gonna do instead. I mean, ideally, yes, I'd like to have the counter go all the way up there, but I'm not gonna try to Rube Goldberg the counter now, knowing that eventually down the road, the whole thing's gonna be taken out for a new vanity to come in. So I'll deal with a thing on wheel, and hopefully actually it goes high enough. But in the meantime, I'm going to spruce things up visually on top of the counter. See what I want to keep, what I don't want to keep on the counter, and what I want to put in the dresser that's on the side. Because that's very important for me. I'm at the point where like the visual stuff is bothering me, because it's just too much. And even though it's contained and it's inside drawers, it's still a big, you know, container, and I'm trying to shrink the size. Okay, so yeah, I'm on the road to recovery basically. Okay, back in business. So again, what I want to do is use this for my everyday stuff, and then the big container I have underneath with all the drawers, have that move somewhere else, or really purge down the amount of stuff that I want. So I'm going to put the regular makeup stuff. Okay, so I have my moisturizer, my powder, that's my blush. What else do I use? No matter what and how much makeup I put on, there's some items that I know I use all the time. Okay, so I know I use this. That's my little eyebrow crayon thing. I know I'm using this here. That's my eyeliner. I know I use this all the time. This is my mascara, and I use this. This is my bronzer. This is all I need for every day. I don't need anything else. Okay, I have a tinted moisturizer, I have a concealer, I have a bronzer, I have one eyeshadow, one powder, a blush, eyebrow pencil, mascara, eyeliner, one lipstick, the brushes that I need, and then I have the moisturizer that I currently use, the serum I currently use, and the eye stuff that I currently use. That's it. So everything else I can relocate. I can manage this. That's really all I need for now. So what does it mean for the rest of my stuff? I'm not getting rid of it. I just got to put it into a better organization system where it's not on the counter. I'm trying to remove stuff from the counter, and you know what? If I can manage to just live with that for several months, guess what? Who am I, right? What have I done with Sophia? I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to measure the space that I have right there, and I'm going to see if I can find one of those things on wheels with drawers that can fit in there. and because that's probably a better solution for me with all the stuff that I have, because I'm not ready to part with all the makeup. But I tell you what, I mean, really what I've been using lately is like every single day, that's what I use. I don't use anything else. I don't go reach for anything else, but I do want to keep it because one day, listen to the rationale. Oh, whatever. Okay, I'm going to the store. I'll see you in a second. You know, sometimes I get involved in project, and while I'm doing, I'm questioning myself and what the heck am I doing, really? All I'm doing right now is spinning myself around. Okay, I'm going to change the lining in here. I just came back from Kmart and Target, and guess what? They don't have what I was looking for. You know, those tall, narrow, wheeled cabinet storage containers. The problem is that the space that I have over there is 10.5 inches, and there is nothing under 11 and a half. So if I wanted to have something there, it would have to be custom made. I ain't going through that, because this, again, vanity is going to get replaced at some point. So I ended up going to the dollar store, because if you need plastic containers, that's really where you want to go. And I got a whole bunch of these for $1, and I got well, that's different. I'll show you in a second. Okay, razors. Okay, we don't care about that. And then I got these for $1 as well, right? And they fit just right. So guess what? My makeup is moving over here. Because I know it's gonna fit here. I think I got it. There we go. It's all in here. I have enough space for my brushes, little things. This I double stack. This is all my blushes with some lipstick underneath. Lipstick, palettes, that's it. Everything is in here. It's protected from the heat, the sun, the light, and dust and whatnot. And I'm gonna finish putting the bathroom together, and then I'll be right back and show you what it looks like. So even though this project started like a dud for me, I'm pretty happy with what I've done. And trust me, when I tell you I'm not going minimalist, I really am not. I just don't want to see the clutter. It's hidden, which really it shouldn't, but anyway, it's in drawers. I have access to it if I need it, when I need it, and I know I will, but I needed to have something that was like in and out the door in the morning. My regular makeup routine, that's what I do. I don't need anything else to go to work with. And I just wanted to have that accessible and not have to dig through all of my stuff. So all of my stuff is in the drawers. Well, anyway, you want to see what it looks like now, right? Okay, so let's go back to what I started doing today, and then I'm gonna give you a grand tour of the bathroom. Okay, so I started today by removing over there the old toilet paper holder, and you see the pink, it's still drying. Yeah, because it's not that hot in here. All right, so toilet is here, and I replaced everything with this here. You know, I mean, cat litter, it's nothing exciting. Now on this side, this is where we got most of the problem. This stuff is still drying. It's starting to disappear, which gives me hope that maybe once I sand it and maybe repatch it to even it out a little bit further, I may not have to wallpaper it. But I'm really thinking, like I talked to Scott about it, and he's really liking the idea of putting a wallpaper, like particularly like a brick pattern, a whitewashed brick pattern. So we may do that. Now, on this side, this is what it would look like now, guys. There's like barely anything in here. So that's it. And I'm still going to further declutter and move stuff. So let's look at it. On the top here, I pretty much removed everything that was on the shelves, and the shelf needs to be repainted. Finally put my little old, that was the anniversary card that Scott gave me years ago, and I always loved it, so we have it framed. All right, so we're keeping just 2 toothbrushes. That's it. Well, everybody's got 2, you know, couples, but I don't want the toothpaste in here. In here, all I have is this. And again, this is what I use every day. This is all I need. I don't need anything else because I'm keeping it simple. I don't have time in the morning to go cray-cray on the makeup, so I just have powder, eyeshadow, blush. You know, we went through that already, so that's that. And I can guarantee you that if I had a long, flat container that was compartmentalized, I could probably take all of this into that container and put it into a drawer. So at that point, I would have absolutely nothing on the counter. It would be just 2 toothbrushes. That's it. Okay. But I'm not there yet. All right. My drawer, these are my regular products that I use, you know, daily. Mostly washes. And then I move Scott's stuff here. So that way he has access to his stuff and he has to bend less. This side here, I'm gonna use this side here, we've seen it before. It's kind of like supplies that I'm keeping here and there. This you saw from the last time, you know, when I was working in the bathroom. There's really nothing going on in here. All right. Right. So now the sink, right, I just have a soap, which I just got actually at the store the other day. I put a piece of white fabric here just because I wanted to see what this would look like if it was white. These 2 here, I am thinking about changing them to something even more streamlined, possibly just clear. The white balance is off. Just clear acrylic like that. Okay, so maybe like square, and at that point maybe they'll go back over there, and that way I got everything there. But they are just too much. It's too fussy. I've had them for a long time. I don't know. I just don't care for them anymore. And they just, I mean, they're practical. That's where I keep my cotton swabs, and not swabs, but you know, the Q-tips and cotton pads. But it's just, it's too fussy, basically. I just want simpler line. All right. Over here is all the makeup, which you saw already, and you know, I didn't pare down any further because I just did that in February, I think, right, when we did the Fly Lady. So I'm just, for now, that's what I need. I can just access it when I need it. Over here I move all my hair stuff, and then some supplies, you know, like my shower cap, and then, well, you can see what it is. Okay, so all of this is in there. And then at the bottom here, I'm just keeping towels. That's it. And most of the towels, really, we bring them up every week with the laundry, so we really don't need a large supply of towels. So this is what it looks like from this end. And so imagine once it's all painted or wallpapered, I got to paint this, and I'm probably going to do the floor. My bestie and I are thinking about tiling over tiles. Yes, because you can do that. So this is gonna get finished, and I'm not doing anything else until I finish that, because I'm tired of having this project hang over my head and not finishing it. And then after that, probably, I don't know, a year or 2 years from now, this whole counter here has got to go, and it's gonna be just one long length all the way up to the window here, and I'll have 2 sinks. So that's what we plan on doing. Look at this mess over there. This is the old robes. So that's it. I hope you liked it. Look, it started kind of like a dud, right? And where are we going with this? And it turned out not too bad. I did manage to, you know, it's not decluttering, it's reorganizing, because I really am not throwing anything away except that big container with the drawers, which I'm not going to keep because I don't need it. Though I'm thinking, maybe I could keep it in the sewing area, but I have way too much stuff already over there. So that's that. And you know what? Maybe 10 years down the road, this is all I'll have. Because some of you mentioned that's all you have. That's you have a basket with your stuff in it, and that's all you use. And because I'm starting to phase out of the makeup craze, you know, I really am. They're not financial reason, just because how much makeup do I need? Okay, so I'm done for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think it's gonna be very long. I'm sorry. I will see you next time. Next time I'll be painting or wallpapering or whatever. And then after that, I'll be doing the floor. And then we're pretty much gonna be done. Oh, I may change the curtain too. Because I don't like it anymore. I want something more airy, you know, like white. And that's the direction I'm going. I'm hot. I gotta get out of here. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, yes. Bye.